Welcome to part 3 of the Tom Daniels group build that's being hosted by Dirk Pitt and Chris Cortell. Made a bit more progress on this kit now. We've got both sides of this now completely painted, and that's had 4 coats of the yellow paint on there. And as you can see, that's actually darkened down slightly compared to what it was. So that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with the way the paint work has worked out on that one. I just need to let this cure for a couple of days now. I just need to go along and sand that down a little bit just to get it nice and as smooth as I can. Once I've done that, I'll then be able to start taping off the areas that I need to for the two-tone paint job that I'm going to be doing on this, and that was not easy to say. And we've also got this part done now as well. So the little hood scoop thing is I had the 4 coats on, so that's actually looking quite good now. So that's gone to like a yellowishy gold colour now. So I'm quite happy with that. So if we can, I'm not sure whether I've showed you this bit yet, but if I can just take this off and get my little engine that's still mounted on a stick. There we go. So that's basically what that's going to look like when it's together. So I'm kind of hoping that those two tones, although they're not going to clash, they certainly will stand out from each other, and that's kind of like the way that I wanted it, really. So hopefully that's gonna look pretty cool when it's done. I still need to get this clear coated with a gloss varnish. I'm not going to bother with the other parts here until such time that I've got the two-tone paint job on there. I'm not going to bother clear coating those. I'll do those all at once. Although I'm not sure. Let's have a look. I'm not sure whether you're going to see the metallic colour coming through on this at the moment. You might be able to a little bit there, I'm not sure. I think you can just about see the metallic pigment coming through on that. Yeah, once that's done, that's going to look pretty cool. So as soon as I've made some more progress on this wee beastie, I will come back to you. It's been a little while since I've managed to do some work to the iced tea, but I've managed to get the wheels together, and I've sanded those down to make it look as though they're being used, and it also helps to get rid of the seam that runs right down the middle of these tyres. So I've got both of the big fat ones at the back all put together, and I've also done the same with the front as well. I've sanded those down a little bit just to give them that worn look, and they're all together. And I've also worked on the cockpit as well. Not the cockpit, sorry, because it's not a ship, it's a interior. So I've done that in the normal colours that I do. It's kind of, I suppose, my trademark really when it comes to building cars. I just still need a little bit of work to do around some of the dials. I've splodged where I shouldn't splodge, so I just need to go in and tidy those up a little bit. And we've got most of the engine together as well now. I decided in the end to do this a matte colour rather than a gloss colour. So all I need to do is get the scoop on the top there, really, and that's pretty much well buttoned up. So that's kind of ready to go in now, really. So that's good. The body itself is still in the same position that it was last time. It's had the 4 coats on there. So I just need to now get along and do some work and get everything sorted out for the two-tone paint job. Hopefully this should be dry by now, so that should enable me to put the masking tape down where I need to, and hopefully not ruin the paintwork on it. So I'm going to need to keep fingers crossed on that one. I think it's been about a week since I left this, so that should be okay. So as soon as I've got some more work done on this, I will come back to you. Okay, so we've had a little bit of a setback building the iced tea. When I started to lay the masking tape down for the two-tone paint job that I wanted, I didn't put the masking tape dead to where I wanted it, so I had to pull it back up again. And as I pulled up the masking tape, it pulled up all of the metallic yellow paint with it as well. It left behind, funnily enough, the metallic silver paint that I'd used as the undercoat on this, but it just pulled off all the yellow paint. Now that had actually been drying for, I think, nearly 2 weeks actually. You know, so I would have thought that that would have dried off completely. Obviously not. So I've had to put the whole model in a bath of Mr. Muscle's oven cleaner. This is having the effect, as you can see. I mean, we've got big sort of globules of paint sort of down the bottom of the bag there now, and the paint is actually starting to peel off of this model quite nicely. And I'm not sure whether you're going to see them, but in some areas we do have fairly big blisters all over the place on the kit, so that means that this paint is now ready to be scrubbed off. I'm going to leave it sitting for a little while longer. I mean, you can see there, hopefully, if I just pull the nose about a bit, you can see there that it's just sort of hanging off there now. But I'll leave it sitting there for a little while longer. Once that's been done, I will then just give this a real good clean up with some washing up liquid, and then start the job of respraying it. So I'll put the silver undercoat back on it again, then I'll put the yellow paint back on it again, and then I'm just going to need to leave it for, I suppose, sort of 3 or 4 days just to let that dry off. Once I've done that, I'll put a clear lacquer on it this time, and then I just leave that to sit and dry for at least a week. And then once that's dried, I'll then hopefully be able to go in and do the two-tone paintwork masking that I need to without it ripping up all the paint again. It's just one of those little setbacks. It does happen occasionally. I think if everything went according to plan first time round, I don't think we'd actually be doing this as a hobby in the first place, to be fair. It's just part of the fun of building models. So I'm going to call it quits on this video, get all of this sorted out, and as soon as I get this back to the stage that it was, I will come back to you. Until then, thanks for watching, and please do take care.